We just played Fortnite. So what do you think? Honestly.
I don't like Fortnite, but I like what they're trying to do with it. I like the universe they're building. It's really cool. I cannot play on the build mode because that's just high key annoying. But the zero build mode is better. But those gun balancing, that time I got lasered.
I can post the clip too. I'll throw the clip in there. We got annihilated by that.
I had full health and full shield, and it was like lasered. How do I even fight against that? Stupid.
You gotta catch them on the up and down or something. I was trying to fight them. They got me at one point. They hopped up.
Yeah, I guess I also don't know the weapons. Don't know which guns are like the great ones. I just go based off the rarity, and I go.
I'll use it.
Yeah.
Some of the I don't know if they did the Call of Duty thing where you can change the gun's fire rate.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the control, but it's like some guns are just maybe they're already single shot and they say it somewhere.
Yeah, I saw an upgrade bench, and I'm like, so I guess you can upgrade your guns.
Yeah, so you can
mid game.
Rarities to, I think legendary is the highest for some guns. Some stuff you can't, like the sword, you can't upgrade. That's the first thing I tried to upgrade. I like that. I like that kind of shit they did. I wasn't playing what they put in like the Spider-Man mechanic and like the Kamehameha and the fucking
that's pretty dope.
The fucking one punch. So you're like trying to play a regular game and then fucking.
I wonder if Aaron is able to like swing.
Yeah,
he can swing.
He can do the 3D motion gear. What is it called?
That's dope. Yeah.
Yeah, they showed it in the trailer. I think it might be a certain game mode, but I think you can pick it up. And it's like just a movement thing. It's like the sword.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, so that's. I mean, I agree with you. It's like it's kind of just because we've been hearing it's like a kids game and a lot of other shit for so long, but. I like
for
what
me,
trying to do.
It's more just the mechanics. I just want a more fleshed out, like really serious shooter with that kind of universe.
Yeah.
Like a really serious shooter. Like I like Destiny. I like Call of Duty. I would prefer something like that with the level of custom.
Yeah. It's like more like the cartooniness of Fortnite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
that's why kids love it.
You know what game I really wish they brought back? Did you play it S4 League?
Yeah, we was playing that together.
Yeah, that shit was
that
dope.
was fun. That was an anime PvP. I'm gonna throw some clips of F4 League in there. That was really fucking fun. They had good character customization. They had good.
That was weapons. Like really like it was a European anime shooter that was really only in Europe.
Yeah,
but
the movement was fucking fluid.
Yeah,
and all that. I tried to go back and play that thing. They changed it like a lot.
No, it's actually they cut off all the servers. It's like not a game anymore. And that was like I think they cut it off back in like 2016.
That was a while ago. Damn.
Yeah,
I remember when I tried to get back into it. But yeah, that was I thoroughly enjoyed that. I was playing that for a minute. It was just because it was only like European servers.
Yeah, it was only European.
No. If they got that thing on a console,
someone just needs to copy and paste that whole gaming idea and just put it on next gen. Like that could have been Cyberpunk.
Literally, Cyberpunk would have been better off.
Yeah,
if they actually did that.
Yeah. Did you ever play that Cyberpunk?
No. I saw the reviews when it launched, or saw everybody talking about it when it launched, and it was just bug central, and it was like,
Yeah, so that's one thing I really hate about this generation now of gaming is that companies are allowed to release half-made games,
like, and then maybe
and then
release
update
the rest later.
Yeah, that makes no sense. When you pay for a full game, you should get the full game up front.
Absolutely, and then they want to add more. That's different, but they should at least give you, especially $60.
I appreciate the disc-based games for
back in the day.
Yeah,
you couldn't release no bullshit. It took way longer for games to come out too, but that might have been a good thing.
Yeah, because you had to get all the bugs out. You had to check for everything before you launched it.
Yeah.
Now everything is coming out in like a product testing phase. It's terrible.
Every game is a beta for 3 months.
Yeah, for 3 months after launch,
and then eventually it becomes the actual fucking game.
Yeah,
that's not the way it should be. But having updates makes it possible. It's freaking day one updates is like the common practice now for AAAs. Because
you know what was it? Melee. They had like the certain discs had different like versions on it.
Yeah.
So people would always look for like a certain version of Melee that was released.
Super Smash Brothers. I don't know. They just hit a perfect
Nintendo in general.
Nintendo's been killing it, honestly. But Super Smash Bros. They wasn't even trying to make the most competitive fighting game.
It just happened.
In a generation. It just happened. Yeah. Freaking side-scrolling fighting game. They wasn't trying to be super... Yeah, that was one of those just golden...
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Did you ever get into it heavy? There's some people that are into it heavy.
No. I mean, I definitely can play. I can hold my own. But, yeah, I'm not entering competitions. Yeah. I mean, I can spike a few people here and there, but like...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm not into the meta, into the combos like some people are. Yeah.
A good friend of mine, he was the president of my combo club at UMBC.
Really?
Shout out to Matt, freaking Lore Marios on Twitch. My first Smash tournament, I went to watch him compete. So he was serious about it. It is a sub religion of gaming.
Yeah.
Melee.
Like I remember, all the LAN party people back in the day, they would play Melee.
Big
Melee, and they would just wave dash and just do all this crazy shit. And it was a whole game you had to learn. That was not the game.
Yeah, it was going crazy.
That was not Smash Bros. So
what's going on, Morris? What you doing?
I'm trying to come sit. I don't want to get in front of the camera.
Okay, you can just sit in the chair.
Yeah, there you go.
You want to say hi?
Hello.
All right. But we were talking about. I guess it started with what we were doing the weekend. We want to go back to that.
I don't know. We're just talking.
Just chilling.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask for your thoughts on just anime in general, upcoming like anime. Just how do you think the world of anime is going, and do you think that like this whole cancel culture shit is going to affect anime?
That's an interesting one. Nah,
because you see how like okay, one thing like we both grew up watching like animes like High School of the Dead.
Yeah.
And like now, if you watch High School of the Dead,
I don't know.
You can't make that anymore.
That's really interesting.
The level of fan service in that?
Yeah, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. It went so crazy. The like harem genre has dropped significantly. And if it is, it's not very like undertonely sexual. Like for example, Shield Hero is technically a harem, but he's just a guy with a bunch of female companions. Right?
Yeah,
they're not even lovers in any sense of the word.
It's not like Girls Bravo or
exactly. Exactly. Like that one was wild. I don't know if you meant.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's
actually there was one that came out recently, and it was called World End Harem.
Oh yeah, I read the manga of that.
Yeah, I was like, this is wild. But like you said, it wasn't as like overtly.
It was like,
yeah, there were times where it like was crazy, but then the rest of it was like plot.
It would do like that'd be the typical like occasional like classic like he accidentally stumbles into the girl's bath, right?
Nah, and World End Harem, it was like because that show was about 3 guys were like all that was left on the planet.
Yeah, and they had to like because like what was it? It's like some disease that only affected all the men.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were trying to make... That one was a lot more brutal. They were killing people like crazy.
Because they were like trying... All the women wanted the men, so they were throwing themselves...
Yeah.
So it was kind of like Girls... Wasn't that Girls Bravo?
That was the similar... It was the same type of thing. Mm-hmm. Just that one was just way more brutal.
Yeah. So do you think it's going to like in the future...
It'd have to hit Japan, though. That's the thing I think would make it take, if anything, a little bit longer. Is it would have to be Japanese... people giving pushback. I don't know how much of that kind of stuff. I mean, because in Japan, I still think being gay is like, right? It's not like super accepted like it is here.
Yeah.
I don't know if there are any Japanese trans people, and I've never heard of them.
I mean, yes, there's definitely
like cross dressers and stuff for sure, but like.
Well, my whole thing, I'm more so like, America in general, we have affected every part of the world due to globalism. Our culture has impacted every other culture in the world.
Yeah.
In some way, shape, or form. So I'm like, now that this new kind of cancel culture is coming in, we're starting to see all this, and especially in the anime community in the U.S. We're starting to see a lot of people calling out
really
they're not okay with certain things.
Give me an example, because I have not seen it. Give me
an example. Some sort of sexualization of a character in a show. And it was a minor character. You know, that's how they do
it. Like what's Tanjiro's little sister?
Yeah, like Nezuko.
Yeah, Nezuko. Like they aged her up and like, oh, she's like a child, and they're making her look.
Yeah,
when she like
that whole thing. That was a good one where you saw that where they.
I don't know if Japanese people. I mean, because they created the lolly
genre, but don't forget, lollies are still a lot of the times adults.
They are adult. In that case, she was literally a child. Yeah, so that's kind of how they skirted the rules.
Like Biscuit, for instance, and Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, that's,
she's like 300.
The small cute ones are usually the old women. That's how they get around it. Mm-hmm. That's a good point. I don't know. I can't see a animation studio getting shut down type of cancel culture.
Yeah,
or like Crunchyroll not streaming it. I can see a few people right now. You know, if it starts escalating to the point where it's I
don't know. I hope that anime stays true to what anime's always been. Yeah. And it's never been like about the overtly sexual stuff, in my opinion. It's always been more just that's been a byproduct of like this fan service for a reason. Yeah. to service the fans. Yeah. It's not necessarily like the show was about the fan service.
It's not. Well, that's hentai. That's a different thing. But yeah, for regular anime, nah, because a lot of the cancel culture stuff is like racial specifically. And not really about the actual contents of anything. If it's not racial, as far as I know, like as far as I see in terms of fucking Republicans trying to take books out of school and stuff. Some of that's literally sexual, though.
Yeah,
but that's a whole different thing. I hope that anime stays I hope that art itself stays free. Like, of course, there shouldn't be some animes that we saw when we were younger. Shouldn't be on like Cartoon Network, right?
Yeah.
Like fucking Girls Bravo should be nowhere near. Like it doesn't matter what.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
So there should definitely still be age limits, but once that age is hit, it should be free.
Yeah, I think those animes though were actually rated M though. Like they were rated like 18 plus.
Yeah, like I feel like Japan still was even back then very strict on if there is a single nipple in it, it is an M rated. Like it is borderline X.
Yeah, they definitely had rating limits on there. People forget, just like with video games, people generalize and say all video games for kids. No, all animes for kids. No, there are certain animes that are blatantly made for kids.
Yeah, and I feel like that's an important thing when it comes to like Shin-Chan. Is absolutely not a kids show.
Yeah,
but it's cartoony. It's not hella detailed, but it's a kid. It's an adult show. Absolutely, a child is the main character.
Yeah. So, do you think that it will impact the community?
I feel like there might be some things like I don't think Shin-Chan is anywhere near getting canceled. It's a freaking
Sorry.
Yeah, this thing's blasting you.
Yeah, it's like freaking
getting blinded. Yeah, I don't think stuff like, and that's the only example where it's like a perverted kid doing stuff like that I can think of. So it's like
literally showing his ass.
Yeah. Right? So it's rare, but like I definitely don't see sexuality. I see like people not wanting a lot of, but when it comes to like gore or awful scenarios, like a lot of people didn't like Goblin Slayer, right? First episode
that had grape,
wild. Just a whole bushel of grapes. The first episode, and they're like, "What the wild?" So maybe less of that because you don't want to set the. And it doesn't happen for the rest of the series as far as
not really.
A wild way to try and get people into something.
Yeah. But, I do feel like artists should be able to have their artistic freedom.
They should.
Yeah, and not necessarily be limited in scope. If you want to make some really crazy content, like, hey, you're free to do that. Mm-hmm. You're not free to make money off it. You're not free to...
Not in public
You're not
space.
Guaranteed to make money off it.
Yeah, you can...
You can express your shit. Just know that people are going to have opinions, but I don't think they shouldn't be allowed to...
I feel like some of them. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how much we're on YouTube. All right, yeah, but that's. I think. I hope media itself is able to stay free. Like people can talk. It's just it's gonna still only be allowed on certain places, right? Like you can't curse on commercial TV if you're on a kid's show.
Okay, so
same thing.
That's kind of your thought on it.
Yeah. What about you? What do you think?
I think that it will hit anime. I think it'll hit probably not in the next 5 years, but I think we're slowly starting to see a shift in animation. Like you said, back when we were younger, there was literally like a string that covered the nips in like every show. Yeah. Like, and now you're starting to see much more conservative drawn characters. Not like they're not like super conservative, but compared to what it used to be, you're starting to see just like that just kind of being removed. I'm not sure if that's 100% Western influence or if it's just the way anime was destined to go. But it's just interesting that they're both kind of changing at the same time. Our views in this country are changing, so I'm hoping that I'm hoping that it doesn't get crazy, and they just start nerfing everything.
Yeah, that's the last thing anybody needs is. I mean, anime it's blowing up now, but the last thing anybody needs is stuff to start getting knocked or canceled for little stuff like that. No, that'll be bad.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Maybe in the next 10 years we'll start to see more of a difference, but hopefully not. Hopefully, like the next generation behind us is like just not with the cancel culture shit. I want them to just be like, you know what, fuck all this. I don't care about. Yeah,
it's not. It's like because eventually people are gonna be like, you're just withholding things.
You're,
like in saying that this is bad and nobody should experience it. One, younger people are gonna be like, well, I have to see this now because they're keeping this from me. Like that's how every freaking 12-year-old boy tries to find porn. Right?
Yeah.
It's like you're saying I shouldn't see this, so obviously I need to see what's going on here.
Exactly.
And eventually you're like, you said because this is in here, I can't see it. Well, I need to see what it is.
I need to see what it is to know why I can't see it. So curiosity killed the.
It's gonna go. I feel like it's gonna wax and wane. Like so, because I think you said like, when you said Western influence affecting like how anime censors. It was like, that's interesting because Japan had their own censors for, I mean, even their literal pornography would have censors on it, right? Where the U.S. didn't. So, Japan ironically censored themselves.
But they don't censor animation really like that.
No,
it
not
is a
animation.
Cartoon.
That's kind of how they got around it. So it's like, is that, and it's really funny because in the West, it's literally the opposite. Cartoons aren't supposed to have genitals, so I don't. That's interesting. I don't know.
Okay,
that's a good one though. I hope not. Definitely for sure, it should stay free. That's one thing I'm concerned about with Re-Monster is supposed to be getting an anime.
What's that?
It's an isekai. Random like assassin is murdered by his like little sister, and he's reborn as a goblin in like a game like world. And he, while he was alive,
Goblin Slayer just comes in.
While he was alive, he had the ability to like eat anything and get attributes from it. You know that classic thing.
Yeah. Like,
so after he becomes a goblin, he just starts wrecking shit. But
so it's pretty much slime, except
I think so. That came out before slime, but literally same exact concept.
Because he has that power to eat things and
literally take its
devour.
Form or whatever. So it's an anime trope that I feel like some anime like there's parodies of that trope now. It's so fucking popular. But I knew about that one in like 2000 and like 15.
Okay, so what do you think the next big boom is going to be for anime? Because
trends wise,
like isekais is like the thing. Sword Art kicked off isekais, and then there was just down them. Like you said, there was a harem time where it was just like all harems.
Yeah.
So like, I kind of wonder what the next trend is going to be.
That's a good one. I thought it was going to be zombie-esque for a while. We got the Tokyo Ghoul, Attack on Titan, Iron Kabanari.
Yeah. I could see that violently.
Yeah, Parasite was one of those. It was like not like you have one foot in this world and one foot in the other, and you're supposed to be the key that
blends the two.
Yeah, blends the two or saves whoever, kills whatever bad guy trying to do whatever. So that kind of, I don't want to say it died, but after Tokyo Ghoul started getting bad, there hasn't been that many.
What I'm thinking is, we're going to start seeing a lot more Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen.
That's still kind of the same.
Yeah, that kind
like,
of that
Black
edgy.
Clover. Yeah, he's like.
Now Black Clover is a little different. Black Clover is like straight up shonen, but I mean like that edgy Bleach kind of feel that we had growing up, because you know how each of the big trio had their own very different feel.
Yeah.
Like Bleach had a designated feel to it. So Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, where they have that kind of we're cool, badass, sarcastic, don't give a fuck about shit.
Funny. But it has a good it has a good mix of a lot of different things.
Yeah.
It can be gruesome as hell because the character's literally dying almost every episode he freaking dies, right? Eventually he's supposed to get good enough where that doesn't happen, but maybe. I hope we get more shows like that. Yeah, where it's like hella gruesome but they still are not taking themselves super serious. Yeah. And you still have a lot of fun with everything. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. I don't know. From the mangas I've read, because it always goes mangas and then eventually the animes are made. It's hard to really get comedy across in manga, but isekai is going to be a thing for a little bit. I hope so. Isekais were like my shit. They are my shit. Yeah. I love sword art. Everybody hates sword art and bash sword art. I don't. It was a start. I love. It was like. I mean, you were absolutely right. It was a start of the isekai genre, even if it's not directly, literally born into another world type thing. The concept is absolutely there. Yeah. And it's phenomenal. So, we started a little bit late, so we're gonna end it off a little quick on this one. I wanted to do, first of all, R.I.P. to Lance Reddick. Yeah, we lost another Blurred. He was
Zavala.
He was Zavala on Destiny. Yeah. John. I mean, he was he
played somebody in Rick and Morty, right?
The train guy, Alan Reddick from Rick and Morty. He was in the John Wick movies. He voiced a lot of animated characters. Some other stuff you might recognize him from. He voiced Chris or one of them from Resident Evil.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he was in Fringe. He was in Lost.
He was in Lost, yo.
He was in so much.
I don't know if anybody who watches this has seen Lost, but that show fucked our brains up for like a whole, 7 years.
Stop making shows like that after Lost. Like, you can't just make people go into loopholes forever. It's awful.
Yeah, that was a terrible show. A show that nothing happened in.
Nothing happened, but everything happened to make you want to watch the next one. It was crazy. Yeah. But I loved Fringe. So me and my mom actually would watch Fringe together. It was just like scientific detectives doing a bunch of random. That was the first time I was ever introduced to a show that did like different universes and shit. Like before even Marvel did that shit, I saw that show where they were doing that. So R.I.P. him. We lost another good one. I don't know what Destiny's gonna do for Zavala now.
I'm really interested in seeing if they're gonna continue because they just came out with their new expansion. What was it? Lightfall. And Zavala is leading the army.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. He might already have all of his voice lines recorded in that beforehand.
But the expansion kind of ended in the middle of it. Oh. It didn't they didn't really give the backstory apparently for a lot of the stuff happening. So there's going to be another Lightfall part 2. Mm-hmm. So I just wonder how that's going to be.
Well, I hope they get another black guy to do it. At least.
I honestly feel like when you make games like that you expect to have a 10-year life expectancy, you should have backups prepare for things.
It's kind of wrong, but it's also important. I mean, so also RIP to Chadwick Boseman. I think them not replacing the actor was good in the case of Black Panther. I don't know if it would have been received well. I don't know how somebody else could live up to the role. Chadwick Boseman was amazing.
Yeah, he was.
The acting he was doing while battling cancer, while also, doing all things. He would go to interviews. He would literally.
No, I completely agree.
That's big shoes to fill.
But I do think that Black Panther is such a pillar in the black community that it does suck that they're not gonna expand on that character.
Well, they did. You okay, moral support? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. They
did with it. Yeah.
They replaced him with Shuri, so now it's a
that's not Black Panther.
She becomes Black Panther for a little bit, but no, you're right. They're probably gonna. Yeah.
They need to go Black Panther. They've had how many fucking Batmans? They've had 7 Batmans.
Well, that's DC. Marvel doesn't do that.
Yes. But why is it the one black superhero? The one black.
No, they haven't. What do you mean?
Yeah,
they never replaced Captain.
Yeah, and the newest one where at the end of it he retired.
They replaced him with
the black guy, Falcon.
Yeah, the character. So that's.
But he's saying that they don't like just replace the character and like pick up the story. Like that is the next iteration, like the Miles Morales to Peter Parker type thing.
You're right. They did. Sam Wilson is Captain America now, but the character of Steve Rogers is still Chris Evans.
Yeah, it's not like Bruce Wayne is Bruce Wayne. They have like 7 Bruce Waynes, and it's different.
And well, Marvel also has a different studio. But they probably will.
But that's what he's saying. They're doing with Shuri, the sister. But my whole thing is no. Like we don't have that many black male superheroes, especially like leading like the way Chadwick Boseman was, like literally king of a nation.
Yeah.
Like no, I'm tired of them. Like no, we need more black people in those roles.
Yeah,
and I understand. And
we don't have that many black women either.
Yeah, we don't. But we don't have to get rid of the black male one to fulfill that.
Yeah.
You know.
I think them introducing Iron. You saw the movie, right?
I did not see the movie.
I recommend. It's on Disney Plus. I recommend.
Oh, it is. Okay, I'll go watch that probably later today.
Okay. I enjoyed it. They added in Ironheart.
Yeah, I did see that whole thing.
So she's cool. She's like Tony Stark's protege. I'm a big Marvel nerd, so know I'm all up in this. So I feel like them adding, because she's, nowhere near Wakanda in the comics, but adding her the way they did in the movie, they felt natural, right? Because of how she, the way they did it feels natural. That's them introducing a black woman character. They're probably going to make sure something else. They're probably going to have another person take over the role of Black Panther in the place of Chadwick Boseman. So I feel like that'll happen, especially with the multiverse thing. They're going to be like, oh, this Black Panther from another universe is now literally the thing they did with Miles Morales in the comics. I could 100,000% see that.
I would really like to see. You're right. Chadwick did a great job, but just like I've seen Ben Affleck as Batman and Christian Bale as Batman, and
so many flashes. Do you know enough black actors?
No, I don't know enough. No, I do not. Not enough to think off the top of my head.
Already in Marvel. I would, and that is actually African.
Yeah, like
what's his name from? He's not an action star, but the guy from Atlanta.
I don't watch Atlanta.
Now. You never saw Atlanta?
I don't watch Atlanta.
So his name is Louis Stanfield. That might be the dude I got on Instagram. Yo, shout out to him too. You could play Black Panther. What's the dude name?
I only watch anime, so I don't know any of these real people you're talking about.
That's fair. Are these just a list of black actors? No. Lakeith Stanfield. He's in he's not African enough to be a Wakanda. I don't have a good one.
Yeah, I feel like they would have to find somebody.
They have to find somebody, and they have to be not a super big time, so they can actually do the. That's one thing I love about Marvel movies is, like we said, they don't replace their actors. Right, the previous Spider-Mans don't count because that wasn't MCU, but everybody else, they literally don't replace their actors. So they don't have that weird DC thing where you're like, who's actually Batman? Who's the best Batman or best Joker or whatever?
Yeah. But Batman's been going for a while.
That's you can't have the same person.
Got the '90s movies. There's been a lot of Batman, a lot of Superman movies.
Yeah. Hell of those too.
No one decided really to touch Marvel until like the 2000s.
Marvel was trying. They had their Hulks. They had their, but no.
I was still all like the. Can we? Isn't he already?
He's already a character in Marvel. That's not. He was Killmonger. if they resurrect Michael B. Jordan and make him Black Panther, but he's still a character of Killmonger, it would be a bad thing because that's a bad person. What if he was from an alternate universe and it was Michael B. Jordan from an alternate universe?
I just don't like that everyone wants Michael B. Jordan to do everything.
Give the man a break.
Yeah, like
I mean, he's good. I think the fact that he went from acting in like the Creed movies to producing it, I feel like it's a good step up. I was thinking Donald Glover, but we still need him for Spider-Man, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, Michael B. Jordan, I'm tired of black women wanting him to do everything.
Give him a break.
Yeah. You're like, oh, you're about to have a baby. I need Michael B. Jordan in here to deliver my baby. It's like, he's not a doctor. He could be.
Let him breathe. He got his own kid. I don't know if he has kids. I don't know.
They should be like, I'm having a heart attack. Where's Michael B. Jordan?
Somebody should. Somebody probably will eventually. I think they're gonna do that with that multiverse thing, and that's one of the things they're probably gonna do with the whole like. Have you been watching any Marvel stuff on Disney Plus?
No, the last thing I watched was Moon Knight.
Moon Knight, yeah.
That was really cool.
KKK Man, yeah, he was pretty dope. I actually like that one a lot.
I like the way they approached schizophrenia and the slipper. Like, number one, that dude's a great actor.
Yeah.
For him to be able to act 3 different personalities, with like 3 different accents,
exactly. Yeah,
I'm like, dude's great. I did not.
Good.
Yeah, that was a good show.
And the plot twists were great. Yeah, Moon Knight was great. I'm looking forward to seeing him. I'm excited for a lot of the Marvel stuff. You know, I'm a big Marvel nerd. I was in the comic club in college. I love it. But R.I.P. to Lance Reddick, one of the greats. He was never in a Marvel movie, but
he definitely had a large role in nerd culture, black nerd culture. Yeah,
one of the OG blurs.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to do a Marvel. Well, I need you to catch up on some Marvel stuff. We're gonna have
to. I mean, I don't hate Marvel. It's just Marvel is.
It's a lot.
Comics in general is a lot.
It's a lot. No, absolutely.
I like to pick up stuff and put it down and move on to the next. Luckily, with the anime, I can watch a 25 episode anime, get the whole story, and move on to the next. I feel that. Marvel is like I'm watching some Spider-Man, and then that Spider-Man is related to Spider-Man from 10 years ago. Then I now gotta read that, which is related to X-Men. Of like that universe is a whole different.
I feel you.
It's like picking up One Piece right now. I'm not watching,
but I love stuff that lasts forever that I can follow and always tune into familiar characters. They change them. The characters grow. They get elevated. I love that stuff.
Yeah, I like that.
That's RPG. You are more Marvel?
I mean, I like my DC characters, but I don't know what they're doing.
We should give you a mic so you can talk off screen.
Stop being random voice. But so I definitely. It does suck that he did pass. So
yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that. But I wanted to get. So, did anybody respond to your note on Instagram?
Yeah, but they all said really whack stuff.
Really
like I was like,
it's their opinion.
I was like, you don't know anything about anime. Shut up. Okay. There was a standard. There was the because I'm a gatekeeper. I'm gonna be like, no, shut up. Keep anime for the true bloods. But of course, Attack on Titan. It's the standard. Like everyone's So. Shout out to my friend Rob Nangrata.
Hey, shout out to Rob.
Rob's favorite anime is Attack on Titan, and I understand why. Great storytelling.
It's good.
Yeah. I had one of my friends. They said theirs was Fairy Tail, and I was about to cook them up on why Fairy Tail is garbage. But if they like fairy tales, then they like fairy tales.
That's their opinion.
Yeah.
I feel that. Mm-hmm. Was that it?
Yeah. I had a few others, but it was mainly the standards. Like our other friend, shout out to Lanier. Dragon Ball Z.
Classic. Yeah, goes on forever.
Goes on forever.
Still ain't stop.
Yeah.
They about to have Trunks and Goten take over. Like, I'm really aging up with these niggas.
There's a lot of very just standard generic answers. The only one that kind of threw me off guard was the fairy tale one. But a lot of people were like Naruto.
That's fair.
Attack on Titan, Dragon Ball Z. I was like, oh, okay. What about you, though?
So shout out to at Rolly the Rabbit. They popped in with The World God Only Knows. You ever hear that?
Yeah,
one?
I actually did. That was actually pretty good.
I read that one back in the day before the manga. I like that one a lot.
Because he was like really smart, right?
He
was like a
He
genius.
was a gamer, and he was specifically dating sims.
Yeah.
So then these girls like real life scenarios.
He would use his dating sim knowledge to like win over the girls. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but he was so they can find their love interest and not be interested in him.
Mm-hmm.
But they always ended up falling for him. Yeah, I like that one a lot. That was good. My man's Yuji threw in Samurai Champloo and Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, see, those are, there you go. So you had people with taste on yours that were giving you animes. I'm like, all right.
Those are some, top tier, for real. You can't beat Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo. Buddy named Jared the Grappler. Shout out to him. He actually just placed a silver in his karate tournament.
Hey,
shout out to you, man.
Congrats.
Of course, Baki the Grappler. That was his name. So, shout out to him. And then Mason QQQ. He's a skater from. I met him in Texas. I don't know if he's still in Texas, but he's around with Vivi Fluorite Eyes Song.
I've never seen that.
I haven't either. It's made by the same studio that did Attack on Titan.
Really?
They've done a
Vivi
ton of
Fluorite. Now I got something to check out. Look up.
So that was all I got. Oh, what's your favorite anime moral support? You have one?
Yeah, the Promised Neverland.
Okay.
The Promised Neverland.
The Promised Neverland.
Yeah.
All right. So if you answered our notes on Instagram, we really appreciate it. We're gonna throw out some more for this week coming up. Look out for it because I don't know the question on top. You got a good question you want to ask people?
Not off the top of my head. I mean, we did anime and we also talked about games. So
no.
No. We should just. I mean, we asked for anime. We could do top game next.
Yeah, favorite game. All right,
favorite game. I like
one
that.
for next week. Your favorite game of all time. Throw them into the comments.
Before you go, let's hear your favorite game right now, Brian. What's
my
your
favorite game? Damn, I'm an RPG head. And my favorite game, I played this on the GameCube, and I love it. If I played it again, I might not, but I loved it so much. It was called Skies of Arcadia.
Really?
And you played as a pirate. Obviously, that's why I love One Piece. A pirate that was just trying to stop the government or something like that, some evil force. And the gameplay was super dope. It was turn-based, but they had airship combat. There was no water.
Yeah.
There was only sky.
Okay.
So you'd be in an airboat, and you start off in a little dinghy. You get you
become like a pirate, like
a legit fucking pirate. You get your crew, right? You get your big, you move on to a mid-sized ship. You get a giant battleship, and you fight this like hectic ass. You have to fight this like it's like an evil corporate. I don't think it's the government.
Yeah,
probably whatever. Favorite game of all time. I sat there. I loved every single bit of it. Yeah, that's me. What about you?
It's a very tough question.
There's a lot
I'm trying to think of what I've invested the most hours into. I will say for me, the one that of recent memory will be Xenoblade 2.
Yeah.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I did invest a good 100 and maybe 200 hours into it. Got like all the what are they called? There's like these characters you can unlock that give you different skills.
Oh.
There's like 50 of them.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, and it's like a random thing where you have to roll like for the characters to get them.
Oh, they got a gacha game inside the room?
They got a gacha game inside the game. And it was like, and as you unlock more, the last ones get really hard to get. It's like, we got to keep re-rolling. So, yeah, that game was great. It was pretty much watching an anime while
playing and experiencing an anime.
Playing and experience. And there was like, you got really attached to all the characters.
So,
strong love. Pyra and Rex, Pyra, Rex, and Mithra, they were the goats. So I love Xenoblade.
That's what's up.
And now I try to main them in Smash.
Smash brings it all around.
And that was honestly my first Xenoblade. So after playing that one,
you didn't play Chronicles, the first one?
No. Well, I played it now.
Oh, okay.
But that one brought me into it.
Gotcha.
Went back to play 1, didn't like it as much as 2. And now I'm playing 3, which I also don't like as much as 2.
Hey, sometimes they just hit a sweet part.
Yeah, but 2 had that like connection. If that, and what would be another close? I mean, There's so many other games like Kingdom Hearts. You know, it's
Kingdom
like
Hearts is, but then 3 was like
garbage. Exactly. It's
like how were 1 and 2 so good, and then you mess up on 3. Yeah. Yeah, you said the one you put the most hours in. Mine, that would be League of Legends for mine.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would be LOL for you.
I would not call that my favorite. I enjoyed it, but not. What about you, Moral Support? What's your favorite video game? Take your time. Dang, I figured you knew you were coming up next. All right, I bet she's gonna say Pokemon Unite or Sims. No, okay.
It's probably The Sims. I feel like it's The Sims.
So leave that in our notes on Instagram, and
that's what you can do. You can leave it in the notes on Instagram and get back to us with the answer, and we'll shout you out next week.
Next week we'll shout you out.
So y'all gotta wait to hear Moral Support's
stay
video
tuned.
game of choice.
Yep. Well, hopefully you have it by that time. But that's gonna be it for today. If you tuned in, thank you for watching so much. We streamed on Twitch today on Disconnected DIZCONNTD on Twitch. We're gonna put the link in the
I'll just send that link.
Yeah, we'll get the link in there.
And I'm gonna be streaming throughout the week playing games. So if anyone wants to jump on, play with me, or if you want to catch me and Brian playing games, let us know.
Tune in.
Playing Sims.
And Moral Support playing Sims.
yes.
So, appreciate y'all.